51. That's the number Lions fans are going to remember for the rest of this year. Hey, it's Jordan Keneal here, and today we're having a look at Brisbane father-son Will Ashcroft and how he gathered 51 disposals in an NAB League game. The number one pick contender worked tirelessly against the Western Jets last weekend. He fell just one disposal shy of Kieran Malone's NAB League disposal record of 52 in a game. You have to understand that the game was played in Williamstown, and while those beautiful views in the background make for great viewing, it's really unique conditions for footy. The ball ends up on the far wing for most of the day, and for large stretches of the game, it was just 20 players around the footy with hundreds of little handballs in traffic and hack kicks. So, admittedly, the disposal tallies are a bit higher than what you'd normally expect. But that's also why the highlights from Ashcroft in this game lack some of his usual class and brilliance. But he completely adapted his style to what the game needed. His running power is completely unmatched. Just watch him zip around the ground here as he continues to provide an option after he gets rid of the footy the first time. I love this clip coming up too. Ashcroft and Harry Sheezel run a little action that allows Ashcroft to get free at the stoppage. You don't see a lot of this at NAB League level, but you can see that craft really coming through to his game. The most pleasing thing is that Ashcroft's been able to adapt to every level he's played at. Watch his class from the NAB League to representative footy, and it even transfers across to VFL level when he's played for the Lions. So while the 51 touches is amazing, I actually thought Will's 15-year-old brother Levi stole the show in his NAB League debut. The 2024 draft prospect is a 179cm midfielder, and he possesses a similar work rate to his brother. He finished with 20 disposals and a goal in his first game for the Dragons. Now, while it was a scrappy day that lacked highlights, it was Levi's sidestep that absolutely caught the eye. His first one was outrageous, but he missed the shot. There was no way he was going to miss twice though. Remember how I said it was a really high possession game? Well, the Dragons had 4 players finish with 33 or more disposals. Harry Sheezel was a likely top 10 pick, and he finished with 3 goals to go with his 33 touches. I like his work overhead, and he's got plenty of craft as a guy who can dominate both as a midfielder and a forward. He can just turn and go, and he's so lethal around the goal face. Sheezel has had a consistent year, so don't be surprised if he tears it up at the under-18 champs. Clarke kicked 2 goals from 33 disposals, and I think he's a player that probably deserves to be talked about a bit more. He's one of the quickest players in this draft class. Just look at how he picks off this pass. He's super evasive in space, and honestly has as much hurt factor as some of the top line guys in this class. He's kicked 14 goals and 14 behinds this year, including a bag of 7 against Tasmania, while Sheezel kicked 6 in that same game. I'm just going to let the tape roll here so you can enjoy some of Clarke's best work. Alright, so that was Clarke. The other sandy midfielder that had a day out was Mackenzie. He finished with 35 disposals and a goal for the day, and he's really starting to get into form at the right time. He's a consistent ball winner, and he spreads really well from stoppages. On a day where it was hard to hit targets, he made it look pretty easy at times. He also showed a little bit for Vic Metro in the trial game a couple of weeks ago, so we might expect to hear his name a little bit more as the weeks go on. The last Dragons player I want to take a look at today is Elliot Perkins, the younger brother of Essendon's Archie. He kicked 1 goal and probably could have had a couple more, but it was pleasing to see him find a bit more of the footy. Elliot looked strong on the lead as well. Alright, next week we're going to start breaking down footage from the first few games of the NAB Under-18 National Championships. So catch you then for another scouting report.